Joining our pub quiz team this week is a top-tier comedian. If you weren't lucky enough to get a ticket to go and see him at one of his sellout Edinburgh shows, you will have seen him on QI, 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown, or even the most recent Live at the Apollo Christmas special. I don't know what he's doing here. It's Dan Tiernan, everybody.
That was a gear change, that, Jake. We went from just chatting and then it was like, boom,
I know.
Professional.
We were actually
Is he always like this? That was good stuff.
That chat we had before that seemed authentic.
Yeah.
It was bollocks.
Yeah. It was all leading up to this.
We're here to host a show and quiz. Reading that CV out, it's pretty impressive stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel like it would have been an impressive CV like 10 years ago, do you know what I mean? When anyone watched any of those things. Well, now it's like, oh, those programmes are still going, okay. Yeah. Someone's holding down the fort. Good stuff.
So frustrating that
that's the impressive element. 8 out of 10 Cats, that's still going.
Whoa. People do watch them, but the people who see me off them, they're not, let's say, to put it politely, not my exact target audience, do you know what I mean? Yeah.
What is your target audience, Dan?
Well, ideally not people who are 105 years old, I'd say. People who the 105-year-olds that recognise me, it's not like they're like, oh, you're brilliant. They're like, I've seen you on that. And you're like, oh, yeah? They're like, yeah.
The only sort of bad interaction I had was a bloke on a train being like, oh, I know, you do that comedy stuff. I was like, yeah. I find it really funny, mate. I find it really funny. Like, I always show my girlfriend it. I was like, she like it? No, hates it. she really can't get on board with it. I was like, all right, cheers, mate.
The only couple of times that anyone's sort of approached me, they always fit into the category of sort of like quite sort of like a lanky guy in his 20s and 30s, listens to indie music, and definitely would be annoyed if something homophobic, racist, or sexist was happening in a pub. But they would come up after and say, I was going to say something.
Yeah, I was outraged by
honestly,
that.
that was out of order. I was definitely going to say something.
Also quite scared.
Yeah. Those are my guys.
I think they're good people. Yeah.
So Dan, your CV's busy, but your day-to-day life is even busier. It's just shows and tours. It's non-stop. What's been going on at the moment then?
So on tour at the moment, and then also doing like club gigs and stuff. So it's just, I was saying the other day in the green room that like, all of those credits, like my dad...
Not this. We don't have a green room. Just to clarify for
Yeah.
We've got the men's toilets. We've got the women's toilets, and that's it.
The wallpaper is greening a bit.
Yeah, very much in the green room right now.
Mould.
Yeah, like my dad is so disinterested in my career. Like all of those credits, he wouldn't give a fuck about. But if I tell him like my travel of the day, he can't believe it. Like
in terms of like,
yeah,
you go from there to
yeah,
and then you go in.
But that's the opposite way. Oh, Jesus! Who took you? You got the train. How much did that? Oh, bloody hell!
Who's organised this?
Yeah,
Who's organised this? That's mental.
They've got to be fronting for some of that. Haven't they?
Yeah. Ask me every time. And do they sort that? No. This one they didn't. Oh, Jesus! How much that and tax? Oh, fucking hell!
Tax. You're doing your own tax then. Have you got someone doing that?
You're VAT registered.
Yeah.
Do you think sort of like from your travels you've picked up some quiz knowledge, meeting different people, going to different places? Will you be an addition or a liability to our team today?
See, I think I know stuff, but the second I'm in a pub quiz, it's gone.
Do you do a lot of pub quizzes? You got time for it?
Not done for a while. I end up just getting I get frustrated. That I don't know any of the stuff, or I can't access that bit of my brain.
Just beating yourself up in the corner.
Yeah, I go very...
Dan, you're not help to anyone here, mate.
Exactly. And then I get hammered. And then they're sort of a bit like, right, and I'm like, and they're like, shut the fuck up.
Dan's just going to get pissed and spark himself out.
Yeah. Just like getting in the way, and then I'll go for a cig, and then people will be like, I guess the categories that come up are like, that I am meant to be the one for would be like comedy, obviously, strictly British comedy, and like I play a lot of poker, so they're my two. Yeah. I'd say 1 in 3 pub quizzes there is that pub quiz question, which is like, what would be a full house? Hand.
Do you play online or do you play in casinos?
I play in casinos, and I'm online. I'm not.
You good?
No, not really. No.
You are a bit, aren't you?
No. Quick swig of a drink.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a big win?
Yeah, but I've also had some big losses.
Have you?
Yeah, it evens itself out. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
I think you're quite good because I think if you were only losing, you'd have done a sort of like stare into the middle distance and said, "Yeah, I'm all right." Instead, you're like, "No, I'm okay." Little smile on your face.
You could argue if I was only losing, I probably wouldn't have mentioned it on this podcast.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like a big problem.
I really need this unpaid
I'm really
podcast, guys.
struggling, Yeah.
Just taking a quick break for Dan to go on the fruity. He'll be back in a minute. I've just been to check on him. He says it's really close to paying out, so we're just hang on in there.
5, yeah. Can I borrow £6? I swear.
Pub's closing in 20 minutes. Yeah? We can wrap
The machine is only just warmed up.
He said, and I quote, "She's going to pay out soon."
She's purring. So Dan, we like to ask our guests what interesting fact has been on their mind lately. It might be something that you sort of carry around a lot when you go to a party and sort of offer it as an anecdote, or it might be something you just heard recently. What do you got for us?
So, like, I'm quite obsessed with the Wikipedia page of the most unusual deaths in the world.
Nice.
It's real good stuff.
Nice.
It's dark. It is dark. But yeah, one of them's do you know the term draconian? That comes from like an Athenian lawmaker called Draco, and he actually died when he got showered by like gifts and cloaks of appreciative citizens, and then he suffocated and died. Wow. That's one hell of a way to go.
Like in the street, people sort of throwing stuff.
I think after like I don't think I don't think it was on the street. I think it was like in my head I'm imagining some sort of like Colosseum if he's doing a thing and everyone loved him.
And there was that much stuff that people bought.
Yeah.
And
it is a risk at my gigs as well, do you know what I mean? I have to be careful.
You've got close, haven't you? You're sort of up to the neck and then you go, right, okay, no more.
After this pod record, I'll be wearing an oxygen mask just to take precautions, you know.
I love that fact, but I think that was quite beautiful how he delivered it as well. Did you find yourself just sort of leaning in?
Some lovely words.
He sort of ruined it when he said, and it's like a thing.
Yeah.
Until then, it was like, wow.
It's almost like I've memorised the exact copy of Wikipedia, isn't it? But that would be such a... Because the first few that start, gifts and cloaks and all of that, you're going, oh, yeah, it's a buzz, isn't it? You're getting endorphins and you're going, oh, God, this is a lot.
This is getting really a lot, guys.
Yeah, and then you're going, fuck, I'm dying.
Guys, this is getting out of hand.
It's like when you're at the bottom of a pylon.
Yes, bundle.
First you're like, oh, this is a big pylon. Oh, and then you're like, oh,
I actually can't breathe now because I actually can't breathe.
There's always that moment, isn't it? And everyone gets off, you know. There's that moment where it gets off.
And all the people who've been at the top are all laughing and you come up and go, fucking hell, don't do that again. Fucking shit.
Yeah,
I'm going home.
I forgot.
The people at the top are fucking not
Yeah.
Seriously, it's literally a game. It's not a fucking game. I can breathe for 30 seconds. No, but actually my chest is going.
There's no better feeling than being at the top of a pylon, though. Do you know what I mean?
I can't remember the last time I had a pylon.
Let's have one after this. Right, do you know, because it's out of 15, right? If we get over 10, we're having a pylon after.
Should we do a pylon?
Yeah. That's how low our bar is, by the way.
I forgot, that's a north-south divide thing. You call it a bundle.
We call it bundle, yeah. So someone's like tying their shoelace or they've fallen over in football or whatever at lunch, bundle. And you just see the moment of vulnerability. Bundle, and then it is.
Yeah. No. I don't think I've ever been. Now I think about it, I'm thinking, casting my mind back to all the pylons I've ever been involved in.
Have you got a best one?
Always at the bottom. Always. And you say when you said it's when someone ties their laces and they show vulnerability, I thought, I've never thought about it like that. And then I realised, I was like, I've never chosen to be in a pylon. I'm always the pylon starter. Do you know what I mean?
You never say, do me.
Come on. Well, that would be very odd, wouldn't it? If you're like, come on, let's do a pylon. I love it.
Put your clothes back on, Dan.
Yeah, I really like it. Can we?
Did you ever have...
2 words for you, though. Double knot.
So, Dan, look, we ask our guest So look, Dan, we always want to know what our guest thinks our team name should be. You are joining the quiz. You're our guest. We're in it together. What should we be called as a trio?
All right. I reckon I've been searching my head for some of the classics, but I reckon we'll be. Don't worry, it's toothpaste, not quiz. How about that?
That's great because I didn't think that I thought all the sort of jizz and quiz puns had been done. Until I've heard that.
Yeah,
that
so
is brilliant.
I'm really just clocking what the pun is.
Remake
I just
of an old
thought,
You were just
classic.
laughing along.
well, no, I just think like in the world, in the mind of Dan, it's just like that probably just makes sense in another way that I don't understand. It's not toothpaste, it's quiz. That's
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean.
yeah. You
That's
just sort of
brilliant.
thought, yeah, that's like a. I've just thrown quiz at the end of a sentence.
Yeah, I genuinely did.
Yeah.
Don't
No,
roast
it
toothpaste,
was
not
about
quiz.
cum. Yeah, just to be clear.
We all often sort of like seek. Well, I run a few quizzes. I don't know. Do I mention that ever? I mention it a lot.
You could tell, couldn't you?
I often see it's just quiz matched with a body part all the time. Quiz on your face, quiz on your tits, quiz on my back, quiz on my ear. It's lovely, a lovely use of quiz and jizz.
I went to a pub quiz once and a team had called their name quizzed in my pants or something like that. But then the quiz, I think they'd like come third or something or second, and the quizmaster at the end was going like, "Okay, who's quizzed in my pants? Who is it? Who's quizzed in my pants?" And looking around the room, and they weren't owning up. So you've just got a 50-year-old bloke stood there with a microphone asking a room full of people who's quizzed in his pants.
Well, it
Come
wasn't
on, it
no
must be
one.
one of you.
It wasn't no one, was it? I've not quizzed in years. It can't be me.
Don't have my magic.
So each week we get sent a genuine pub quiz from a UK quizmaster. Our quizmaster for today is Sam from the Fox in Loxley in Warwickshire, and he runs his quiz, or she. Sam runs their quiz every Tuesday at 8 p.m, and Sam is one of a few quizmasters who do the quiz there. So I think they've got a bit of a rotating carousel of quizmasters.
I thought it's read to me. It's like, and he's one of the few quizmasters willing to do a quiz there. Because I tell you,
Oh, you go to the Fox.
rabble at the Fox, they are baying for blood when it comes to organised trivia.
I take it very
Only a few quizmasters can survive there.
Quite a country pub. You know what I mean? We're not talking about city here. Like this is.
Does this affect? Do you notice this affects the questions? But yeah, probably.
It's very interesting. We have had some countryside pubs where you notice a few polo questions, a few fox hunting questions,
Yeah.
a few questions about pheasants.
Yeah. It can be a bit more, well-to-do. So round one, the title of the round. So 5 questions in each round. Round one is purple. There's no further information. I'm just assuming everything has something to do with the colour purple. Should we get into it?
Yeah, all right, lovely.
Okay, so question 1. In Cluedo, which character is represented by a purple token?
Big Cluedo fan, Dan?
Yeah, I like Cluedo. I mean, I don't know the answer. What Cluedo characters are there? There's Colonel
Mustard.
Colonel
Colonel Custard. Colonel Custard's not in it. Colonel Custard's not in it.
Wait.
Colonel Custard and Mrs. Trifle having a good time together. Shagging in the conservatory.
So wait, it's Colonel Mustard, is it?
Colonel Mustard is it, but he's not going to be purple. Well, and
Colonel
depends what he's been doing with Mrs. Trifle.
He's done it with a strudel up the bum.
The bum. Don't bring the bum.
Yeah, no. Don't bring the bum.
You know what? Plums remind me of Plum. It's Professor Plum.
Oh, yeah.
It's got to be.
Is he one of the
worked
characters?
out, didn't it?
Yeah, Professor Plum. Yeah, he's one of
That's
the characters.
surely it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dan, you've got this lovely tactic which I've noticed in quiz teams, which is 2 other people might have worked out the answer, and you just make sure before it's written down, in the process of writing it down, in that small window, you go, yeah, well, that'll be it then. And that means you contributed to it.
That you do not actually realise quite how much of a psychoanalysis that is. That is very much my identity. Like, I have this skill of making things seem like it was my genius. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've not written any of my own jokes. No.
Okay, so we go with Professor Plum. Question 2. Which NFL team have a purple kit and play their home games in Minneapolis?
Oh, this is going to be a long,
This is
a
tricky.
long one. This for me, I think.
You were
Can we get Dan another pint, please?
you an American football fan?
No.
No, neither.
Not
You
a
ever watched it?
loser.
I thought you might be one.
Oh, stop it. Stop
did,
it.
I
No,
did.
because
No,
we
you
had
do
this before.
slightly give that
Oh,
energy.
right, okay.
Like, if you said, I've
Okay.
got,
No, I think-
it's a late one tonight.
Yeah, okay.
I've got to stay up to
Yeah,
watch
I think the fruit machine's free. Yeah.
It's right though. If he said he got a late one tonight, you'd be thinking,
yeah, it's Super Bowl.
You'd
I
be
didn't
thinking,
know it was Super Bowl.
the Buxton Beavers are playing,
Yeah,
aren't they
yeah.
tonight? Yeah. No, I can't believe
I can see you in a jersey.
I can't believe that.
I can see you in a jersey.
I've got a
or two.
skin fade especially.
No, you look like an American football fan.
Cheers.
You really do, I'm afraid to tell you.
Cheers, mate.
And like
I thought we were getting on.
yeah.
Oh, you look like one of the guys that sort of like imports American cereals because you think they're quite like. Oh, we got. No, mate, they've got a box of Lucky Charms coming.
Shocking,
Honestly,
isn't it? And only eats them at like 2 a.m. when they're watching the American football.
Marshmallow fluff. How have you not heard about it?
No, it doesn't open them. It keeps them.
Yeah.
Never open.
On display.
Yeah.
Lucky Charms, 2018. I'm gonna have that one on my wedding day. Yeah, happen, mate.
Would be a while.
Look, well, I don't think we.
No, I am quite insulted though. I don't just want to brush over that.
But I
Just
reckon
to
you
make me
do
feel
know
a bit.
the
I don't think.
I've never.
We can't miss this answer for your pride, Liam.
To make me feel a bit.
What part of Dan's?
I know it. Then
You
my
know
next
it,
game, I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
sitting on it, going, no, just swinging it away.
I'm quite insulted by that, actually. Yeah, it's the red.
What part of Dan's massive grin makes you think he's going to go? You know what? I'll take it back. Yeah. He's loving it. He's loving it.
The more I sort of get offended, the more he's sort of twisting the knife on it.
But seriously, what is the answer, Liam?
I genuinely don't know this, despite the allegations. I've never seen any NFL
Is
game.
it the Minneapolis Maidens?
Can you name any teams?
The
No.
New York Patriots.
There we go.
I bet you. Can you
You
name?
pointed
any-
at me today. Go on, Dan, do him.
Go on.
Do him now.
That's what our quizmaster's sending nowadays.
Can you, the only team we can name is New York Patriots.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
But I don't think it's
I don't think
they're
they play in Minneapolis.
Um,
The Minneapolis.
Minneapolis Minotaurs.
Yeah, it's good enough, isn't it? Let's do it. Let's just write that. Are you happy with that, Dan? Sorry, I just sort of.
What, are Minotaurs purple? What's the
No, it's the
what
purple
we
kit.
doing
They
here?
wear a purple kit.
Oh, and they're mini. Oh,
and based in Minneapolis.
oh,
yeah.
right. So we got that. Yeah, fucking hell.
Yeah.
It's annoying that in the first sort of like big section of working out the answer, Dan didn't really know what the question was.
Although, to go back to the Quizmaster, the fact that they've included NFL, maybe Sam's a bit of a NFL fan. Just to turn it on Sam.
Yeah, do
Deflect
him.
from me, do Sam now.
Loser. Yeah.
What
Also,
you do?
even
Sat
when-
up late playing Cluedo and on the NFL. Ugh.
Even when you're like, Dan, are you happy with that? I was like, this is the most I've ever been like. You know, my opinion has been respected in a quiz. I'm
That's
like,
what you
oh,
get,
this is a
mate.
lot of pressure
Yeah.
now.
It's funny because it feels like the least I've ever been respected in a quiz.
I was
but-
like, I really need to listen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To the
No,
question.
honestly, Dan, we massively respect you.
Yeah.
All right.
So we've gone with Minneapolis Minotaurs. Question 3: who wrote the 1982 novel *The Colour Purple*?
You know this, Dan. You're like a book nerd.
Well,
Here we go. Yeah,
What?
do
All
him,
right,
do
look,
him.
we are just we're
Yeah,
falling apart.
do it.
We're
what's
crumbling.
going on here?
You can read, can't you?
You look like a book. Anyone who's got any like hobby or interest,
yeah.
you fucking loser.
Just a bloke trying to do something he's interested in. What a prick. But do you know the name? Do you know who wrote the 1982 novel *The Colour Purple*? I recognise the name of this book, and I feel really like we sometimes talk about the fact you're hosting a pub quiz podcast and you don't know like classic novels or classic like or know the names of every flag. This feels like one we should know. But
Do you
we
know?
Just don't.
You know what? Right, I can say this as a gay man. It's giving purple. That sounds a bit gay, doesn't it?
I could say. This
So
is
what
a
we
gay-
saying, Oscar
You know
Wilde?
what I
What's
mean?
going
I
on?
can say this is a gay man. Purple's a bit gay.
Yeah,
That's
it is.
We've been wondering
mean,
what
if it was-
merch we can get on this podcast. That's the first one.
If it was called pink, like we'd be like 100%. Purple's a bit. It just feels like it's giving it's giving lesbian vibes. If I'm completely honest with you.
So do we have an answer for the who wrote? You said you've heard of the book.
I heard a bit, but I've got nothing to go. I really don't know.
What about Sylvia Plath? Is she,
Yeah.
is she a batting for the other team? She sounds. She sounds. All I'm basing that on is my mates who read her work. They're all a bit, you know.
a bit, you know.
They've experimented anyway.
Can you do your disclaimer as saying as a gay man again? Because
Yeah,
I think it's
you
been a
want
while. And I think we need.
Question 4: who's So it's Sylvia. What was the surname?
Plath, have you heard of her?
Sylvia Plath, I've heard of her. Yeah.
Plath.
Do you reckon she is gay?
I reckon she's gay. Yeah. Plath.
Watch this be right.
That'll be
I'm crazy
amazing.
with that bit.
If it's right, we'll do a pile-on. Question 4: in a box of quality streets, What gives the
here we
big
go.
purple one its crunchy centre?
Now that does sound gay.
Oh, it's a nut. It's a nut. Oh, that's pretty gay. Yeah. It's a fucking bollock. It's a walnut, I think.
Is it really?
I really think it is.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, okay.
I don't really like nuts, and I think that that I avoid the purple one.
Not hazelnut?
Oh, it might be a hazelnut.
Oh, God. That's changed
Or
things.
hazelnut is a bit more synonymous with chocolate, isn't
Well, that's what I was thinking. But
Let's
walnut
go-
feels...
No,
like you
no,
have
no,
chocolate
sorry, no.
walnuts.
That's a
Walnut's
big
really
word.
wrinkly.
Synonymous. What does
I
that
don't-
mean?
Yeah, that was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was
I'm
really
glad someone picked up
nice.
on that because he was giving me nothing. Thank
Yeah,
you.
We have one full-syllable word on this podcast, an episode. Very exciting. And also, when I counted on my hand before I said that. I don't want to fuck this up.
Hazelnut, then, is it?
I think it's hazelnut, yeah.
It's not honeycomb or anything like that. I think
Yeah,
it's
hazelnut.
hazelnut.
And that goes with chocolate. So question 5, final question of the round.
You're really sorry. I've decided it's hazelnut now. Right. Can we all just stop? And that is final. And
Joking, stop now. It's hazelnut.
it's a really sweet way you sort of try to move it on. Like, no, Dan, I do think we are. But Dan, we're all having a good time, mate. But
Last question of the round.
the last question. Yep. All right. Is it probably not honeycomb, is it? But
Question 5. In the Church of England, vicars wear purple during which 2 times of the year? It's a very good question.
I think they
it
wear
Easter related,
Easter.
But
and-
which 2 times of the year? So
Well, there's only 2 big ones in Christianity.
Christmas.
Easter and Christmas.
Yeah,
It'd
the
be
big
weird if it was Diwali.
Is it? Yeah. It would.
Dan's sort of mildly enjoying that. Yeah, I suppose so.
I wouldn't put it into a gig, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's all right.
Needs work.
You're really steering this ship, aren't you?
He's doing ever so well.
It's not really steering a ship, is it? It's just going every time.
The ship's the fucking Titanic. That's the problem.
Yeah. I'm just the captain at the top with nobody going.
I'm with the icebergs here.
Trying to move a question.
It's like someone said, "Would you captain a ship?" And you've gone, "Yeah, that'll be fun." And then you're like, "Oh, I don't. This is actually really quite tricky. I'm a bit seasick as it happens." Yeah. What was the question? Which priests are gay? When do they wear purple?
Pride in Eurovision.
Finale of the Traitors. Well, there's only Easter, isn't there?
There's only Easter and Christmas.
Christmas. All right, Easter and Christmas.
Yeah.
That's too yeah.
It seems too obvious, but
Yeah.
I feel like Sam's lives quite a twee life. They, he, she, they play Cluedo in the evenings. They love to read a novel. They're dipping into some quality streets.
Yeah.
Only sort of like older people with a
Yeah.
a twee lifestyle have quality streets on a regular basis.
Yeah,
don't they, with their brothers
yeah.
and
Sam definitely.
Church of England.
Sam definitely tuned into my live at the Apollo.
Bringing the age down from 105 to 85. That's very nice.
So the answers. In Cluedo, which character is represented by a purple token? It was Professor Plum, so we were correct there.
Gosh.
The Minneapolis NFL team, who wears purple, is the Minnesota Vikings.
What do we say?
Minneapolis Beavers or Meteors or something? Minotaurs?
Meteors.
We were wrong. Yeah. Who wrote the 1982 novel The Colour Purple? Now, what did you say, Dan?
Sylvia Plath.
You had a hinge on Sylvia Plath.
That's not right.
You had a hunch, I think.
What did I say? Hinge. Did I? Sorry.
No, I think it was more of a hinge than a hunch.
It was more.
Yeah. It wasn't quite a hunch. It was like it was a hinge.
It's Alice Walker.
Knew it.
Question 4, box of quality streets, which gives the purple one its crunchy centre. Hazelnut. We were correct.
Yes.
Yeah. Well done, Dan. You said walnut. That's like
Dan just clapped himself for contributing with the wrong answer.
This is nonsense. You two were floundering without me on that one. You'd have never got that. Yeah.
To be fair, you put us on the sort of nut path,
I
didn't you?
really did.
And finally, with Church of England, vicars wear purple during which 2 times of the year? We said just Easter and Christmas. It's Advent and Lent.
Same thing, isn't it?
It's sort of the same thing.
Advent runs up to Christmas. Lent runs up to Christmas.
Yeah, but
Easter.
But would we get a point for
What's
that?
Advent?
Advent is like Advent calendar. It's like
When
the
it
days.
starts.
It's not like Advent calendar.
It is like Advent calendar.
24 days, Cadbury's get involved, and you just have chocolate every minute.
But yeah, no,
Are we-
it is.
is
It's the lead up to Christmas.
It's half a point for each. Are we giving ourselves anything for that?
Nah, I don't.
Nothing.
No, nothing's doing.
Nothing.
Nothing's doing. So at the end of
Damn
the
you,
first round,
Sam.
that's a 2 out of 5 for the first round,
Okay.
which isn't brilliant,
It's not brilliant, Dan.
but at least we're off the mark.
It's all right, isn't it?
Oh God.
Is that bad?
Dan, you saying it all right makes me think. Can we have some higher fucking standards, please?
2 out of 5. Like, that's nearly half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's under half,
Really,
isn't
really
it?
half.
40%.
That was the maths round.
They're tricky.
They are tricky.
Tricky.
What are we thinking of Sam's quiz so far?
Not bad. I mean, very specific to go with purple, but I think they've carried it off.
Yeah, they have. They
So it seems to have. Well, what do you think, Dan?
Yeah, it's
Compared to other pub quizzes you've done, is it?
yeah. I think it's. I think it was good. Yeah.
Nice if there's more poker in there, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Round 2. So,
Fellas, can I just say this is the best podcast I've ever been on.
wow. You really mean that?
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
Right, Dan, look, it wasn't a great start. We've had a nice time, but the quizzing side of things, I think there's a little bit of work to be done. Would you agree?
Yeah, sure. I reckon I'm improving. I'm starting to feel a bit.
It's not all you. It's not all you. We've all
we're
been
a team.
We've all
Really?
been, as a team, we've been poor.
We haven't been good.
But look, Sam's next round
to
provided
redeem.
for us it is called ending in O. Ending in O questions. Every answer ends in the letter O. Like the theme does, Sam.
Yeah.
Don't they?
That's
But
that's
aren't
annoyed me a bit. I'm
Oh,
not
no.
quite,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not quite sure why. It's
What?
just a bit like,
Would you say it's a bit self-indulgent? A bit,
yeah, look how clever I am.
Yeah.
These are all purple. These all end in. Oh, give it a rest.
Look how clever I am. These are all purple.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, like a 5-year-old. You know what I mean? Like, look at all these purple
I'm
things.
going to
on
ask you 5 questions, but they all end in O. Interesting. Very
Oh.
interesting.
Hey, come on, get that down. Let's go.
What do you get it down? Right, so Dan then said, "Oh, it's filmed."
There's a voice for that, isn't there?
Oh, we're gonna have a great night out tonight, I think. Question number 1.
Sorry, just to say,
Go
to
on.
come to Sam's defence after the battering from Dan, I it's about 5. It's just self-indulgent. I'm annoyed at that.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I think, although the purple thing, it could have all got a bit silly. I think they were quite good questions.
They were good
I want to
questions.
just give some props to the quizmaster.
Do you know what it is,
I want
though?
other quizmasters to send their quiz in.
I think when it comes to quizzes, I think it's always nice when the question has something for you to latch onto. When it's like, who wrote the 1982 novel The Colour Purple? You know it or you don't, I think.
Yeah.
Whereas if there'd been something to latch onto, of like
work it out.
work it out sort of thing. Yeah, an extra step.
Okay, so the jury's out.
The jury's
let's
out
see
for
what
now.
round 2 has to offer.
Question number 1 in round 2. In A Muppet's Christmas Carol, which Muppet plays Charles Dickens? Guys, I have to say, I've not seen A Muppet's Christmas Carol.
I have, but not for a long time.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I didn't know Charles Dickens was in it.
And also, Sam must have a pretty strong Christmas quiz if they're like wasting these on the rest of the year. Like, you're throwing that in.
Spunking
Just
this one in
yeah,
February.
Yeah.
I don't even need this.
Yeah. Although they did say they're on a bit of a rotating carousel, so maybe he was banking me in on the December one.
Yeah.
2 others got ahead of him. He's in February, having to go Christmas in Germany. What do they? And
Oh,
it's
there's
just,
2 Christmas questions.
No,
in
there isn't. No, there
No,
isn't.
there is,
Oh, what
because
was
the
the other
priest one's a bit Christmassy.
Yeah, it's a bit
And
Christmassy.
Quality Streets.
Christmassy.
Yeah, you're not.
This is just a rip-off of the Christmas quiz.
I think he did the Christmas quiz. It's a Christmas quiz.
Cluedo, you play board games at Christmas.
Yeah, stretching. What Muppet ends
I
in
don't know
O
any
then?
Muppets,
Do you know
mate.
any
I don't know any
Muppets?
Muppets.
Right, you got Miss
Yeah,
Piggy.
we
Sitting
go.
next to one. Yeah.
Yeah, I managed to stop myself.
Yeah.
You're a comedian, that's
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
We locked eyes for a few seconds. I'm like, we're going to do it. We're going to do it.
God, why have we done that sitting next to someone who's been on live at the Apollo?
No,
Mate, there's a
honestly,
Muppet thing we could do here.
honestly,
I'm sorry, Dan.
nearly 10 years in comedy, you learn to let those ones go. You know what I mean?
Wow.
You'll get there now.
10 years! 10 years? How old are you?
Yeah.
28, 8 years, nearly 10 years. 8 is nearly 10. Would that
Yeah,
be
but
fair?
5's nearly 8. I mean, you could be saying you could have done 3 years and just stretched it out further and further.
Nearly 5 years in comedy, to be fair. Yeah, I'll do the new act comps again. Let's go. Nearly 5.
Clean it up. More newcomer awards.
Can someone please name a Muppet because I'm struggling?
You got Kermit.
but
You got Miss Piggy. You got
Is Bonzo?
get that down.
Bonzo? Bonzo?
Bonzo. Is that one?
It sounds like it could be one.
Yeah, get that down.
It's as close
Get it
as
down.
we can- I like that optimism, man.
Yeah.
Thank
Written
you.
down.
That was nice.
He's
Just,
got,
yeah,
I,
get
I,
that
I
down.
think, to be honest, he's got something to be after this.
Get
Get
that
it down. Get that written down.
Pass it here, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Oh, and it ends in O.
Yeah.
Of course.
Sorry. Where have you been?
Sorry.
That was-
Oh, fucking hell. It's a quiz.
Oh, we're doing a pod. I hate that word.
Pod.
Stop calling it the pod. Stop calling it the pod. What's wrong
Hey,
here?
fellas, can I get on your pod?
Hey, Dan, we're doing a pod if you want
Do
to
you
come on.
mind? We're doing a pod.
Dan, finally got you on the pod. Great to have you here.
Thing is, though, someone genuinely did walk in and we all looked at each other as if to go, we are doing a pod.
We didn't say it, but all of our internal monologues went, excuse me, we're doing a fucking pod here.
Silence while the pod is happening, thank you.
Pod in progress.
Question number 2. Which term describes a chain or group of islands? I do know this.
Okay.
It's archipelago.
Really?
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Wow.
So an archipelago is a group.
Jesus! Have you seen that university challenge thing when the guy goes, he like asks a really hard question, he goes, gone. That was like, yes,
And then he's just sort of smiling at himself.
yes!
Hack McGonagall.
How did you do that?
He's done one of them.
That's
Your hack
crazy!
McGonagall. Say the word again.
Archipelago.
I do know it. Archipelago.
Actually, yeah.
Next question, please. Yeah, an archipelago is a group of islands. Technically, the British Isles is an archipelago, Japan's an archipelago, Indonesia is an archipelago.
This isn't any old pod, this.
Question number 3. The name of which Mexican dish means a little donkey in Spanish?
Tortillo.
Oh, burrito?
Burrito.
It is burrito, yeah.
Brilliant.
Wait,
Sorry.
have you got the answers? What's going on?
See the Quizmaster.
Do you know that as well?
I have used this in a quiz before that I've hosted, yeah.
It's burrito.
Yeah, I feel bad for saying that because it sounds like Liam said it and I've just tried to go, yes, that is the answer,
because
as
you-
if I've got
no,
some
because
authority.
knowing it and went, I'll let them have a little talk
You're like
between
the
them.
two fucking plonkers.
Sorry, what's the two fucking plonkers? You've said that as if it's like Bert and Ernie or like a famous dog. You remember that 80s show, the two fucking plonkers?
And Liam did actually get the answer right. I had no idea, and I bought him like the two fucking plonkers.
You two remind me of the two fucking
Wait, you said
plonkers.
it like, it is burrito, yes.
Question number 4. In the TV show Friends, what animal does Ross dress up as in order to teach his son about his Jewish heritage?
Ending in O. I think this is what's quite good about the O round because it does
think-
give you. You know what you criticise about like not having
Yeah,
something to
yeah,
latch on
yeah.
to. This
Yeah, for the tape, Dan is pointing very adamantly at me whilst holding his nose.
Yeah. Do you know what this is?
What is that when people hold their
In
nose?
charade. Yeah, in charade.
They hold their, people
I'll
put a
tell
finger
you.
on their nose and point when they're
I should have done this for my fact. In charade, it's carnage because you're pointing, no one knows.
Yeah.
But if someone nails it or gets close, like that, it means
Finger on the nose
it means
and then point at the
fucking
person.
yeah. It means like yes,
you're
grandma.
onto something.
Yes, grandma. Keep going on that for Jan. It means yeah. It means you're nailing it. Yeah. This one, you're so right. The first one, it's just I don't know that. But now it's just name things.
Yeah,
we-
you've got
Because
something
you know
to
what it
let
know,
is?
yeah.
Sorry, Sam, if you are listening, which I hope you are.
Sam will be listening.
Sam will be listening.
Where do you think Sam will be listening? In the bath or something like that?
Fucking hell. Much, innit?
I thought we might.
That took a turn.
Fair enough.
Why Sam in the the bath.
Get Sam out of the bath, please. Thank you very much.
I thought I might have just landed on a new segment there.
You've had yourself in hot water. Oh, wow. Dan, would you have had that 10 years in comedy?
Yeah, I'd have had that. I'm livid I didn't get to it quicker.
What I was going to say is that, like, with round one in purple, they put purple in the questions.
Yeah.
So it was a bit redundant. It's like, all right, fine. Whereas this
Yeah,
O thing,
sure
yeah,
enough.
it does feed into the gameplay because all of the answers end in O. Anyway, I do know the answer, and it is the holiday armadillo.
Holiday armadillo, brilliant.
Do you remember Ross dressed up as the armadillo?
No, I don't.
Again,
Right.
did you notice he did that thing of didn't just come forth with I know the answer. Let us like the two fucking blonkers.
Yeah.
Sort of
What's going on is I think you're like you're like, okay, let them do a bit of content.
Yeah,
You know
it's
what
that.
I mean? It's your producer brain. You're like, let them sort of like have a bit of a laugh, and then I'll say what the actual answer is. But it is coming across very condescending, you know. The answer is that. It's like, right, okay.
Right, you've had your fun. Now let's sort the answer out. Question number 5. Which... I'm sorry, guys.
Do you know this? Do
genuinely.
you know this again?
Genuinely.
You know this one?
No, I don't know this one. Maybe I do. Which company produces the most tyres in the world? And I don't know this.
I know it.
Michelin. Oh,
No, I know it. Lego.
Ah! Genius. That is. Did
That
you
is
know
really
that?
clever. I didn't fucking know that. Prick.
A win for the two blonkers. Or one of them.
That was clever as that. We were all over that. Lego.
Dan, you just sidle up to the person who's closest to the answer, don't you?
That is very my speed, that Lego. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully it'll be
Mate, that is fucking brilliant. What
Yeah.
you've just done there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
And that's Sam all over. They're throwing Lego. Oh!
Yeah.
The pub in Warwickshire, there's a big...
Yeah.
Oh, Lego!
Yeah, no, but what it would be initially is, huh?
No.
The people going, what? How's it Lego? And then you go, Lego. Well, no, they've already said Lego, and they go, what? And then they realise, they make the tyres for the... And they go, fucking, you're
Think
pesky,
about it.
Sam, you're pesky.
But we
love
like you.
We love
And if
you.
it wasn't for you,
Yeah.
we'd spend Wednesdays alone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just a reminder, Sam does their quiz on Tuesdays at 8 p.m.
No, but it's sort of like they love the quiz so much. They say, let's do this tomorrow.
We're staying in
let's hang
Wednesday
out.
because that was so mental.
Let's hang out tomorrow.
Do you reckon the locals ever go, who's doing it this week? Oh, it's Sam on? Yeah, no, we will go.
Yeah.
Do you think it's...
I think
they
so.
go anyway?
I think they know what they're getting with Sam. They're getting like a good range of questions with a couple of with some themes and a couple of sort of like tricky, clever, worky outy ones.
Cool. Should we do the answers?
Please.
Okay, so in A Muppet's Christmas Carol, which Muppet plays Charles Dickens? We didn't know, we couldn't name any. What did we say?
We said Bonzo.
It was just, I just chucked that out there.
Yeah, I
didn't
thought it was
mate?
very good. It ended in an O. You did well.
The answer is Gonzo.
Oh,
Close,
close.
I've hit the
So
post.
close.
I've hit the
Really
post.
close.
I've hit the post.
Yeah.
But, what's that thing people say? No cigar?
No woman, no cry.
They do say that.
Yeah, they do. I did it again. Such an unattractive trait.
Like a young Dara O'Brien.
Hunched over a hunched over a microphone, cutting through a good bit of banter with this. So hideous. Isn't it? Yeah, it was a good pod. But who's that bloke who sits in the middle?
Stop calling it a pod. Stop calling it a pod. It was a good pod.
It was a lovely pod. He was really making the pod quite awkward, actually.
Remember when you went on the pod?
Talking to someone at a bar. So what do you do? Well, I'm a podder.
I'll just run this pod.
I host a pod.
Question number 2. Which term describes a chain or groups of islands? We said archipelago.
We
got-
did we?
Did we, or did you just take over, you cunt?
Were we right?
We were right, yeah.
Well done, team.
Question number 3. The name of which Mexican dish means little donkey in Spanish? It's a burrito.
Well done.
2 out of 5 so far. Number 4. Ross dresses up as an armadillo. Yes, that's 3 out of 5. And number 5. The company that produces the most tyres in the world. Liam from nowhere you just had Lego. It was the most sort of like lateral thinking I've
think Dan
ever
shrieked.
seen. Yeah, Dan shrieked.
Did I shriek?
Yeah, I would say Dan's been shrieking fairly regularly, though. I wouldn't say that as a sort of like
Indication.
yeah. That's just sort of like part of the course at this point, really.
Have I been shrieking a lot? Have I?
You've done a couple of shrieks, haven't you? Yeah, but we've enjoyed them. We've enjoyed them.
Nice.
It was Lego, Liam. Fucking incredible.
Thank you.
That is amazing.
Really good.
Really good.
Cheers, guys.
And I think Dan, you helped up with that one actually.
I
Yeah.
was involved.
Dan, honestly, feel free to just jump in with the questions whenever you want, mate.
Yeah.
When we're doing the answers. Just honestly, feel free.
Well, I
Just
can
chuck an
do.
answer
I
in
can just come up with an answer. Can I?
Yeah. All in this together.
For the next one.
So that's 4 out of 5
Whoa.
on round 2. So that takes
What an
us
improvement.
to a 6 out of 10. Guys, I think it's something we sort of have made a bit of a thing that we come back to. But if we can get in them double digits as a final score,
That would be nice.
Out of 15.
Is that because we're not playing? Normally, you do a quiz. You're playing against someone else.
Yeah.
Is there like a target that you set yourself?
Bit of a format flaw, you're right. But I think we can remedy it.
Yeah.
Shit. And on episode 12.
Oh, it's almost a bit like all this is pointless.
It's not a real quiz.
Is there a target or like you trying to? Maybe it's like Top Gear. You know when they have all of the times, you're trying to do the best one. Like we got 105 with Dan Tiernan.
Now we've had a few different episodes out. We can go create a bit of a leaderboard with what guest did the best. What team did the best with what guest?
Yeah.
Something.
No, it's good. It's just that we're like Dan's reformatted the podcast.
Yeah.
Sorry, the pod.
Well,
midway through.
If I can't do the answers, I'll just produce the fucking thing.
Because God knows it needs work. Dan, let's have a little break from the quiz because I think we are. It's turbulent. We've got 2 in one round, 4 in another. I don't know whether I'm coming or going. I just want to talk about you for a second because that's where I feel most calm. You're on tour with your show Stomp. Brighton, 19th of Feb. Southend, 22nd of Feb. Bristol, 28th of Feb. I'm going to keep going because there are so many dates. Newcastle, 1st of March. Birmingham, 13th of March. Manchester, 16th of March. Norwich, 22nd of March. This is incredible. How's it going? What's it about?
Yeah, it's good. So it's like, oh God, it's such a jump, isn't it?
Oh yeah, massively.
We've gone from again another format issue. Yeah, on tour, Stomp. It's about me having gout.
You got gout?
I've got gout.
Yeah.
Can you? I don't really understand what gout is.
Gout is it's like I don't really understand it, to be honest. It's like an arthritis. It's very, very painful, actually. But it's most famous.
Just stop fucking laughing. Just stop fucking laughing. It's very painful.
Actually, it's very
mate.
painful, mate. All right. Very painful.
Yeah.
Big toe really, really hurt.
My granddad had gout. And
That's not good for you. That's not good
Seriously?
news for you. It's hereditary. That's not good news for
My granddad
you.
had gout, and my mum's brother, his son, my uncle. You know how it works.
What, like families?
Yeah. He's got gout as well. I guess I'm in line for
You're
gout.
getting gout.
But they say basically like even the lightest touch of like the duvet on your toe will cause absolute agony. Is that
I
true?
say that to people, and they don't believe me.
Really?
And I'm like gaslit myself. Like, is that true? The duvet hurt my toe.
Fucking hell. And you've woven it into your new show. Is that what the show is?
Well,
the show is about
it's
gout.
not
It's about
just.
all sorts of stuff.
I
isn't
mean,
it?
my first 2 hours, I've not really like gone. Oh, I'm gonna write this about this.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
like, oh, I'm gonna write jokes and then try and weave in a narrative, I guess. But what is quite nice is because the first one was just everything I'd ever written
Yeah.
over the last 7 years, but this one was like, I wrote it over the space of a year, so it's sort of, without meaning to, it was just very much a commentary of like the year I'd had between the two shows, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And yeah, gout was one of the funniest things that's ever happened to me in my whole life. Yeah,
Sounds.
I've had like
fucking
a
horrific.
joke in my friendship group that it's like Dan's got gout. We've been saying that since we were like 12.
And you actually do have
And
gout.
now I do have gout. Whenever I like hurt myself, we're like, it's your gout. Like, it's always been a thing.
As you said earlier, you've been in comedy for nearly 10 years, which we now know is basically because you've been in it for 3.
Yeah.
What was Dan Tiernan like in like a non-comedy job? What you must have had like, office jobs and that. What were you doing before?
It's so bad. Like, I think I got described as chronically unemployable by someone. Like, yeah, just really bad.
Same diagnosis as the gout.
Yeah. Exactly. You've got gout and you are chronically unemployable. What, really, doctor? Is that really your remit to say? It's like, I just thought, whilst we're here, you should know, you know. But I got like, I failed my probation at Wetherspoons, which I don't think anyone's ever done that before. Yeah. Just like, just being useless, really.
Voted Remain.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Thanks, mate. Didn't laugh. That's good. It works.
That's good.
It's not funny, but it works.
No, not funny, but very, very politically correct.
Did you then just be like, all right, I'm just gonna fucking do comedy, or were you working other places as well?
No, I've done so many jobs like before comedy. I worked in cold call sales for ages. Like,
you're quite good at that, I reckon.
Yeah, I was fucking
yeah.
Use my powers for evil. I was really good at that actually. Yeah, no, I ripped off a lot of people. Yeah, I did some bad.
And then was it a pinch me? I mean, we joked earlier that no one watches telly anymore, but was it sort of a pinch me moment to go from sort of starting out in comedy to years later live at the Apollo Christmas special, bang, Dan Tiernan?
Live at the Apollo was bonkers. That's like the main reason I do comedy, like, is that show. So yeah, it was mad, and I've just always thought like that door coming up, it would just be like,
And now you're acting apparently as well. Doctors.
Yeah. What happened there?
What happened there?
Gout.
They wanted someone to go method.
Acting on doctors.
I know that was really, really bizarre. I played a dyspraxic thief. I've got dyspraxia.
Yeah.
And like, I did the self-tape in a rush, because when you get self-tapes, it's like we need it in like a day, and then you leave it to the last minute. And I didn't even have anyone to like read the lines, and I had a really bad phone at the time. So it was just me, like, reading this with respect to doctors, like, brilliant British institution, produce loads of new talent, but shite script.
With respect to doctors. All due respect.
And nothing script. With respect, very grateful for the opportunity, but garbage.
It says here, Dan, you've also... So 2 sellout runs at the Edinburgh Fringe.
Yeah.
How do you find the Fringe nowadays?
I love it. Yeah, I love it. Yeah. I think the year writing the hour is horrible, like having to just turn something over, but the Fringe is, class.
Yeah. Do you sort of enjoy the whole sort of atmosphere of it? And
have you been?
Yeah, been up there. I've not done like a full run.
No,
we took our the quiz night that I do there. It's intense, isn't it?
You took your quiz night to the Fringe.
Yeah. It's sort of like a
show.
Yeah,
in a quiz class.
We had the 11:30 p.m. slot.
Yeah.
Gilded Balloon ran till about 2 a.m. There was a bar in the venue, so it's just basically people who just wanted to get pissed. And then we sort of go out till like 5. And
I was going to say...
topical bit the next day. I don't know how you...
Where else in the world can you do that? And I thought, pretty much Warwickshire. Anywhere, really.
It's taxing. I mean, because I assume you were just doing a show every night for 30 days, right?
Yeah, longer. I think the Monkey Barrel where I do that, my shows, like, they started really early this year. They started in July, like on I want to say the 28th.
Really?
So it's something daft. It was like 34 shows or something like that. Oh. And then you do other shows as well. Yeah, no, it's mad. Like,
you're sort of just exhausted by the end. How do you have the stamina for just? Because also, I think a big part of Edinburgh as well is like the social aspect, isn't it?
That's the bit that kills me. I think it's the social bit.
Yeah.
And by social bit, I mean drinking 20 pints of lager every day. Yeah.
20?
30 days.
Maybe not 20. Now, I always say every Fringe, I'm like, I'm going to be good this year, but it's just so difficult. Like, if you finish as well, my show finishes at like, I do like a late night show, so I'm finished at like 10 or 11, and then you can't go to bed. No, and then you just like go out. Yeah. Like, and
I don't think you can feel too guilty about it, can you? Like, I mean, a big part of it is that networking and seeing who you can chat to. And so you got to do it. It's only 1 month a year, isn't it?
Yeah.
So where can people see you in the run up to Edinburgh, Dan?
Oh yeah, my Instagram. Tiernan Comedian. Or tickets for my tour at dantiernan.co.uk.
Oh, that was really
That was
sweet.
horrible.
Really
No,
sweet.
no,
He
it
did that
really
he
was.
did that really sort of like
It was really-
endearing.
I think
I
I
wanted to
was-
lean in and give you a hug. It was lovely.
I'm gonna say
It was like a sort of shy 8-year-old boy asking
Yeah.
out a girl.
You sort of needed a wee.
Just standing-
I think it is next week.
no. I think that was definitely my the most I've hated myself all day.
So yeah, everyone go and check out Dan on socials. Should we go into round 3?
Please.
So round 3 from Sam.
Please. It's the final round of the quiz. Here we
It's
go.
titled Berries. I'm not buzzing about it. If I'm honest, berries.
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 Mary Berry. Get that down.
Yeah.
Get
Put that down. Put that down. So every answer contains a word that, when put in front of berry, gives you a type of berry.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Easy.
It's quite
Done.
clever. Yeah.
Wait, say that again.
So each answer contains a word that, when put in front of the word berry, gives you a type of berry. So I imagine one of the answers might be straw,
Straw.
or goose.
Yeah, I think we could do this without the questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So which pudding shares its name with a German mountain range?
Black Forest Gatto.
Nice.
No.
Blackberry. Lovely.
Blackberry.
Done.
Yeah, you know. bang
Dan. You're on fire.
That's not bad, is it?
God, he gets his plug in and he fucking turns up to the quiz. Now I'm playing,
I'm
baby.
reminding myself what it's all about, you know. I'm here to sell tickets. Black Forest Gatto.
But you can find me.
Please, seriously,
at
Dan Tiernan.
maybe.
If you want to.
But I don't want to be any trouble. I'm so sorry.
Fucking loser.
He has retched. Question number 2.
Question 2. Horripilation is the medical term for which bodily
You
sensation?
pronounce that like a fucking champion.
He's got it.
My
Whatever
God.
that is.
Look at all those fucking letters. Oh yeah, that's not easy.
Thank you.
Horripilation.
Horripilation, do it again, is the medical term for which bodily sensation? Like a sneeze?
Sneezeberry.
Oh,
Is that's
Forgot
not,
about that berry
That's not a
aspect.
thing, is it? Sneezeberry?
sneeze.
Bodifilation is
Pins
a
and
term for the
needles.
sensation.
Pins and
Pinberry.
is that
Needleberry.
Blueberry.
A sensation. A
We can
sensation.
get
bodily
this.
sensation? So like shiver or
Straw.
Shiverberry, strawberry,
Um,
red rawberry,
um,
itchberry, itching. What's the sensations that you'd find in the body?
Can't ask
Thirsty
them
berry,
juices.
arousal berry.
Raspberry, bonerberry.
goutberry.
Throbbing big toe berry.
Should we park it?
Let's
Yeah,
park it
let's
for
move
now.
on.
Yeah, okay.
Parkberry? No.
Question 3. What is the longest running children's TV show in the world?
Don't know.
In the world?
In the
Blue Peter.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh,
Dan.
brilliant.
Come on.
Who knew the
Fucking
berries
hell.
band was going to
I
be your
know.
thing?
It's really coming to his own. Question number 4. During Tony Blair's time as Prime Minister, who was Home Secretary for 4 years and Foreign Secretary for 5?
Brownberry? No.
Brown was always Chancellor.
Chancellor.
So, but Home Sec and Foreign Sec, I think maybe.
Oh, Straw. Was there a guy called
Straw, Jack Straw.
Jack Straw.
Very good.
I'm absolutely killing this.
The berries round is all Dan Tiernan here.
DanTiernan.co.uk.
There it is. Now he's come alive. That's the promo. Featuring Jack Straw in his Edinburgh Hour.
He'll be there.
And question 5. Which cocktail comprises vodka, tomato juice and Worcestershire sauce?
Oh, bloody Mary.
Mary Berry!
Mary Berry!
I said that before I even got
did.
the question, mate.
That is
Come
Why
on.
is this round turned into the darts? Right, so we left one out. I mean, you pronounce it. I bloody can't.
Horripilation
Oof, I love it when you
is
do
the
that.
medical term for which bodily sensation?
Um,
Shiver, sneeze, fart, burp.
so what other sensations are there that we haven't quite worked out? You could get shivers, you could get goosebumps, you could get
Gooseberry.
Dan Tiernan once
Come
again.
on!
This is just unbelievable.
What
This
is going
wow.
on?
Wow.
Jesus!
Wow.
Whoa.
This is wow. It's like when Leicester won the league. It's just out of nowhere.
He's gone mad on berries. I think we may have got 5 out of 5. I think we've turned this. Do you know, we got 2 out of 5 in the first round. This has absolutely turned it around.
This is Brilliant. Right, okay, should we do the answers?
Please.
Oh, I'm fucking buzzing. Right.
Don't fucking need to. We've got them all right.
Which pudding shares its name with a German mountain range? Black Forest Gatto.
Way!
Horripilation is the medical term for which bodily sensation? Goosebumps.
Way!
Longest running children's TV show? Blue Peter.
Dan, what an answer!
Tony Blair's time as Prime Minister, who was Home Secretary and Foreign Secretary? Jack Straw.
You're with the pace, you're going higher, and you're sort of running out of pitch.
You know what? I've just realised from reading the answers. I think I only named the berry, and then you two found what the actual answer
And
was.
that's why it's a berry. Way!
And which cocktail comprises vodka, tomato juice, and Worcestershire sauce? Bloody Mary.
It's 5 out of 5. Dan,
that's still
you
5 out
have
of 5.
joined a very elite club. I think there's only 3 other guests that have ever joined this club, which is the 5 out of 5 club. We've only ever had 3 other guests where there's been around that's 5 out of 5. Thank you for being a part of
But what's
this.
special about this is that you carried that 5 out of 5. It wasn't like it was a team effort. That was you just absolutely flying.
And I bet those other 5 out of 5s, I bet they were serious guys. Do you know what I mean? I bet they were-
Whereas you've done a 5 out of 5, but you've been
Just as a
fun while
laugh.
you've done it as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I've been laid back and fun while I've done it.
And I just absolutely pulled a 5 out of 5 out of my arse.
Yeah.
Come on.
Only
Out my arse berry. Come on.
And what an arseberry it was.
So guys, that gives us a final score of a really impressive 11 out of 15.
That's
Dan,
not
well
bad,
done.
is
Mate,
it?
that's really good.
That's not just
That's
not
really
bad.
We
good.
always
Very
like to try and end over 10, so that's really, really fantastic.
really good.
Guys, you need to go and see Dan live. He's absolutely brilliant. But before we say goodbye to him, I want to get a few ratings on this quiz, all right? So first up, out of 10, Sam, thank you for sending in the quiz, but we're going to have your quiz rated by Dan. In terms of playability, out of 10, what would you give Sam's quiz?
So I actually think it's a 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
yes,
like
yeah, I get that. It's accessible for a lot of people, isn't it?
And I think what you were saying about the guessing things, the other 2 rounds were you could do so much of an educated guess.
Yeah.
And it's quite good that the first round, no guessing, just solid, straight, proper quizzing.
Yeah.
And then, then you could actually
Then give us a chance.
give us
So-
a chance.
So 8 out of 10 in terms of her format, playability. Moving on now more specifically to the questions and range of questions. Out of 10, what do we think, Dan? The range of questions.
Oh, wow, okay. Because the range.
Yeah, again, I'm sort of realising there's another format flaw in that these two categories have a lot of crossover.
Same question, isn't it?
I would say your range of questions, Jake, is the thing that's being scored lowly.
I'll say 6.
Same question, massively
6
different
out
score.
of
And finally,
I doesn't even need to know why.
don't know. We're just getting through it now. And finally, this one I do really care about. The other two, whatever, because this is where it comes into me, you, and Liam being a trio, right? And also Sam, because they've been involved in this as a whole experience. The good, just general good vibes, basically, from being on the quiz team, answering the quiz. Out of 10, what would you say?
Well, what you're really asking me is to rate your pod.
Rate my pod.
Rate my pod. Pimp my pod.
New format.
I'll give it a 9 out of 10.
Okay, room for improvement.
Yeah, I think.
What could have been
Jake,
better?
if you were maybe a little bit less cunty about knowing those things in the other one, it'd be a 10 out of 10.
Jake's fault.
And if you could watch a bit more British sport, Liam, that would be.
So a cunt in his own way. Well, Dan, thanks for being here. Thanks for being the first guest to call us cunts.
Yeah, and thank you for an incredible score, helping us out that last round. Also, thank you to Sam from the Fox at Loxley in Warwickshire.
Thanks,
The
Sam.
quiz runs every Tuesday at 8 p.m, but it might not necessarily be Sam because it's on a rotating thing. We did make a bit of a promise at the start, I recall.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember the pylon chat?
Oh yeah, we said we'd pile on.
Forgot overturned.
And Dan, you said you're always at the bottom. Right, come on then, Liam, you get in there.
Okay, right, we're going to do a pylon.